All right, let's talk about a revolution that's happening. Not in the streets, but on factory floors. Imagine a factory that can actually think for itself, where machines are constantly talking to each other and problems get solved before they even become problems. This is the world of the smart factory, and believe me, it's changing absolutely everything about how we make things.
But let's start with a really cool question, just to get you thinking. What if a factory could literally predict its own future? What if a machine on an assembly line could send a message weeks in advance saying, "Hey, I'm about to break down"? This isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. It's the big idea that's really driving this whole smart factory revolution.
To really get why that's such a game changer, we kind of have to look back at how things used to be done. For a long, long time, manufacturing has been bogged down by some very old and very, very expensive problems. So traditionally, you had two main ways of doing things, and honestly, neither was great. First, on the left, you've got run to failure. It's as chaotic as it sounds. You literally just wait for a machine to break down, which then brings the entire production line to a screeching halt. It's an absolute nightmare of costs and delays. So then people got a little smarter with preventive maintenance. But even that's not perfect. You end up either replacing parts that were still perfectly fine, which is a huge waste of money, or a part fails before its scheduled checkup, and whoops, you're right back in that same chaotic mess.
And the problems weren't just about maintenance. Let's talk about the robots. The first wave of industrial robots were amazing, super powerful, incredibly precise, but they were also really dangerous. They had to be kept locked away in giant safety cages, totally cut off from people. This made the whole process super rigid and slow to adapt to any changes.
So how do you fix all this? Well, you get the machines to tell you when they need fixing. This is the absolute genius of predictive maintenance, or PDM for short. Think of it like this. It's your car telling you it needs an oil change, not based on some sticker on the windshield, but based on the actual stress you've put on the engine. It is a massive, massive leap forward.
Okay, so here's how it works, broken down into 4 steps. First, you stick all these tiny sensors on the machines. This is the whole Internet of Things you hear about. These sensors are constantly checking stuff like temperature, vibration, pressure, you name it. Second, an AI sifts through all that data looking for these tiny, subtle patterns that no human could ever spot. Third, based on those patterns, the AI can actually predict when a specific part is going to fail. And finally, the system schedules the repair for the perfect moment, just before the breakdown happens. So yeah, the machine basically tells you it's about to get sick long before it ever does.
And this concept right here, remaining useful life, RUL, this is the secret sauce. This is what makes it all possible. It's the difference between guessing and knowing. With this one piece of information, a factory can plan everything, ordering parts, scheduling staff, with incredible precision. No more costly surprises, just things running smoothly. And the payoff? Oh, it is huge. Unplanned downtime, which is the biggest money drain in manufacturing, gets slashed. Equipment actually lasts longer. The workplace gets safer because you're preventing catastrophic failures. And you've got major players like Siemens and Toyota already using this stuff and seeing these incredible boosts in productivity. It really works.
Okay, so predictive maintenance solves the problem of when to fix things. But what about the other big problem we talked about, the caged robots? Well, this brings us to the second huge innovation, a brand new kind of robot that's actually designed to be a teammate. Everybody, meet the Cobot.
So, how can a robot work right next to a person without being dangerous? Well, the key difference is safety by design. A traditional robot is just raw power. That's why it needs a cage. A Cobot, on the other hand, is built from the ground up to be a partner. It has all these advanced sensors so it knows what's around it. If it accidentally bumps into you, its force limit sensors kick in and it stops immediately. That's what makes it safe enough to work shoulder to shoulder with people.
And this creates an amazing kind of team. The Cobot takes over all the boring, repetitive, or physically straining jobs, the stuff that can really wear a person down. This frees up the human worker to focus on what we do best: complex problem solving, quality control, creativity. It's a perfect case of technology making humans better at their jobs, not just replacing them.
Now, these technologies are obviously incredibly powerful, but they also bring us to a serious crossroads. Because at the end of the day, AI and cobots are just tools. How we choose to use them is going to have a massive impact on the future of work, and that's where some really big, important ethical questions come into play.
We're basically looking at two very different futures. On one side, there's a pretty dystopian path, where automation is just used to slash costs. That could lead to huge job losses and AI systems that just amplify our own worst biases. But on the other side, there's a much more optimistic, human-centric future, one where we use this tech to create better jobs, to build fairer systems, and to help the environment by focusing on reskilling people and designing workplaces around human-AI collaboration. And this quote really hits the nail on the head. The future isn't set in stone. It's not the technology that decides what happens. It's us. The ethical choices we make and what we decide is important as a society, that's what's going to shape the world of tomorrow.
So we've seen how AI and robotics are completely reshaping the world of manufacturing. These tools are unbelievably powerful, but their ultimate impact, whether it's good or bad, comes down entirely to the choices we make. The future really is in our hands.
So, as we step into this new era, we have to start asking ourselves some really critical questions. How do we make sure this transition is fair for everyone in the workforce? How do we build checks and balances to fight bias in our algorithms? How can we push smart manufacturing to be more sustainable? And maybe most importantly, how do we design this new world to make sure that work remains meaningful for human beings?
The smart factory is about so much more than just making things faster and cheaper. It's about what kind of future we want to build. The tools are here. We can create a world that's more productive, sure, but also more sustainable and more human-centered. The only question left is what will we choose to build?